from the heart of Delta State. You are tuned in to SRTV Asaba.
But I'm not in Asaba now. Anyway, my name is Daddy Chris and this is State of the Nation. I'm reaching you from London. They just finished a show in Asaba and everybody is from Asaba. I don't mind. Well, we are one and the same. We are everywhere. We are in Asaba, we are in Abuja, we are in Lagos, and we are here in London. But I'm reaching you from London and this is State of the Nation. Yeah, and this is the show where I really try to be more logical, where I talk to each other about ourselves. It's more about discussion here. And I got the show already figured out, but it's just some of the logistics and getting the right people to come and work with me, especially when it comes to this kind of difficult money show. That's where we're getting to, and we will be there very soon. So like I said, today is a beautiful day. It's the 7th of August. Whoa, the year is gone, 2026. I don't know about you, man. August 2026. August 2026. Ring it in your ear. That's where we are. And it is very important that I talk about what I'm going to talk about today. And in the course of this presentation, you see, I'm going to start from very small, something that you assume not to be a problem, into something very, very big. Joy, are you ready to join me? Yeah. Okay. It's like I have Joy today. First time I have Joy on the show. Okay, I have a guest today. Let's have Joy on the show. And Joy is going to argue with me. Let me quickly add Joy because Asaba is right here with us. I hope you're ready, Joy, so I can add it to the show. Very good one. I think she's doing one or two things, but I will definitely add Asaba quickly. Let's see whether we can have Joy on the show right now, right here. Oh, no. Okay, she's gone. And when she comes back, I'll add her. So what am I saying? It's a beautiful day that we need to talk. We need to talk about something special, from very small to very big. I started something that, let me put it this way. I was doing a research. And the first assumption I had when I started was not what I got at the end. Let me put it this way. I was of the belief, for those of you that are close to the Niger Delta and from that area, that the accountability deficit we are going through currently is because of foreign companies. They're the one, they like Shell, they came in, they invaded us and they left. And that was my conclusion. And of course, that was the hypothesis I went in with on the research. Now, as I want to do it, I picked a case study because of my personal interest. And my grandmom is from Ovadi in Ogara, Ethiopia West local government. So I picked on that community and I wanted to know the extent of the damages and actually try and trash. Listen, at first, I thought the oil company there was actually foreign. So Pan-Ocean, I thought it was one of, so I was looking for who is the parent company of Pan-Ocean. Pan-Ocean happens to be a Nigerian company. Everything about Pan-Ocean is Nigerian. And I said, okay, so this is not even a foreign company. So that put me off my track already. So now that put me also interested. Okay, will the Nigerian company do the same thing that the oil company are doing? I found out that Pan-Ocean is even doing worse than Shell. And that brings something very, very important. It drives something to me and say, okay, wait. So this is not about white and black, foreign and native. It's an inherent problem. Now let me describe this a little bit further. And I'm going to use images at some point to try and explain this. I don't want to start from there, but maybe I should. And that will be the first image I'll share with you today. And the moment, like I said, if Joy joined the show, I will quickly add her. So, sad. Let me share this image with you. This is one of the most serious images you need to look at. Now, when the British came, in order for them to be able to take our resources and take them away peacefully, and that is the second segment of my presentation, really, from where I needed to start, the colonial time. They made a law. No, maybe wait, don't go. Wait a minute. Let's see the first image first. This will make more sense so that one will lead to the other. No, the first image I want to share with you today is actually this image of the 3 troubles we've been through as Africans. It's very important. Let me add Joy. Hello, Joy. Kai.
Good morning, Daddy Chris.
Now, wow, there is God. Oh. Anyway, it's good to have you with me today. How are you?
Thank you. Fine,
Nice.
thank you, Daddy Chris.
Yes. So we are going to be welcome to State of the Nation. You've been away, but I saw your morning news. Well done. So yeah, we're looking at a very difficult issue. You know, on today's issue, I'm going to conclude, Joy, that you may not want to hear, but I'm going to redefine human nature. That's what I'm trying to do, and I want us to look at it from African perspectives. 3 things has happened to us in that I have read about. I know there was element of it before slavery, before the slave trade. But transatlantic actually taught us something, Joy. They came to us and they took us as slaves. So the first image you would see is the slave trade. It's one of the things that befell Africa. And we can still see them today. We have black people around the world. It's the result of slave trade. 95%. They took these people away, forced them away. That was slavery. I think everybody is aware of that. Joy, I want you to note one thing that I'm going to be striking. Why did they do this? They didn't come because they hate us.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to establish later. They were looking for money. They were looking for people who work in their plantation for free or for cheap labor.
Yes.
That's what they did. So it's about one thing, economy, Joy. Now, when that fails, when the time, because the world came together, because we are human, and that's what I'm going to define humanity today. Because we are human, it's bad. We can't continue to treat human beings like this. So those people who were enslaving us decided that this is wrong, and they abolished slave trade. Join then they gathered in Berlin. That is come to the second part. Colonization. You know what they did? The Europeans, the British, the French, the Belgians, every one of them, they gathered in Berlin and divided Africa for themselves. So they came and they rule over us. Again. And let me use the very word of the King of Belgium. He said, I am going to take my share of the magnificent African cake. Joy, again, they didn't hate us. They were coming to take what they found in Africa. They know we have mineral resources. So they came. They come to fight us. You understand? So again, Joy, it's one thing again, economy. They're looking for money. So slave trade came because of money. Colonization came because of money. So when you read your Bible, that was not why they came. They came because of money. They didn't come because they love you, because the white man saw that there's one salvation they're going to give to you. That's why they brought the Bible to you. You're joking. They came for money. All right, let's go. Now, today, we now form a country called Nigeria. What I'm going to show to you, Joy, today is what the Nigerian elites are not different from these 2 guys. Now, this is I presented the show, which is the show I wanted to talk about today. It was whether we should invite Donald Trump to come and help us to kick Tinubu ass, because the only person that can deal with Tinubu right now is Donald Trump. The only way they are going to now, they are always on journey to. I saw how much this man hired somebody. Atiku has hired an agent in America for $1.2 million US, you know, to influence some key guys around Donald Trump so they come and kick Tinubu. Tinubu has more money to spend. So Tinubu has spent more money. That's why Donald Trump is no more angry with Tinubu. You understand? They're sacrificing us. Again, this is very important. But what are they looking for? Tinubu does not hate us. Atiku does not hate us. They're looking for power. And the power is what? Money. You see, when they say the government of Nigeria, what are they controlling? Money. Tinubu is doing what? The only reason Tinubu is important is Tinubu controls our money. Our destiny is in Tinubu's hand. Tinubu does not come to my house to rule me, but the money that belongs to us is with Tinubu. So if you see these three people that exploited us in our lifetime, they all head towards money, economy. So in the course of this discussion, I want to trace into economy. And that brought me to the second image which I shared. I want to share something with you, Joy, so that you can understand this very carefully. And those of our audience watching, this is where I was. When the colonial, I'm talking of the second to, and the third now. When the colonial people came, the British, let's use the British for instance, in order for them to be able to take oil and other minerals away, they made a law called the Land Act of 1988. That law, it says, this is very important, that the land my grandfather owned, that our land, anything under the land belongs to the government. That was the law. That the minerals under our soil belongs to the state government. Joy, they did that so that they can take oil away. Nigerian government, they have been doing a lot of reform. Even the Petroleum Industry Act of 2010, which is the latest one. This is what my research is all about. Don't worry about the jargons. You might not need to worry about this. But what is interesting, Joy, the most important thing, the oppression the British brought, they kept it. You know why? Because Tinubu and the elite, they want to own the oil. They don't say, oh, now that the British are gone, let us give the oil to the owners, which is the people. They didn't do it. So today, the Nigerian government still owns the oil, as we speak, owns the oil under our soil in the Niger Delta. Now, the question is the British more devilish than the Nigerian elite? Big question. You have something echo coming from you. So the question, my people, is, are the British different from the Nigerian elites? The British made a law to take our oil. They claim ownership of our oil. The Nigerian government did not change that law. They are enjoying it. There's echo coming from your side, Joy. Tell people there to work on it. So they are enjoying it. And the question that comes to mind is, okay, if that is the case, who is the devil here? The British or the Nigerian elite? What I will be arguing later on the show, where I'm going, is they are one and the same. Let me try and say this. All they want, Joy, the only thing they want is money. You see, and that brings me to, I don't know one person you like a lot. Everybody in Nigeria, they know they love Wike. Wike is shaking hands with Tinubu. If you leave these two people, they will kill each other. But they have one common interest, money. Wike don't want to lose influence. He want to keep his work, money. Tinubu need Wike to do his exploitation. Just like the way the British came. They needed people to work with, people to use. Tinubu is very happy to have Wike. Wike is happy to have Tinubu. But at the end of the day, my people, none of them is doing it for us. They're doing it for themselves. But just understand that it's not about us, it's about them. And again, you'll be wondering, these people really love you? You'll be joking. Let me ask you another question. A very good one. Look at Oboriwori, for instance. Oboriwori decamped from PDP to APC to go and shake hands with Tinubu. Tinubu, our best friend? No. Why did he decamp? So he can secure second tenure. Nothing else. Oboriwori wants second tenure. If it involves sacrificing you, he has already done it. He's not about to do it. Somebody that came to you and say, hey, his job now is to get Tinubu re-elected. What has Tinubu done for us? Or what has he done for Oboriwori? Other than Oboriwori's personal interest to secure second tenure. Because with Tinubu, he might not, because he saw what Tinubu did to the governor of Rivers State. Now they stopped that guy from coming back. Fubara is gone. He doesn't want that. So he plays cool. Look at Oboriwori. He's now second term. He said my only agenda is second term. That's the way you should say it. Not Tinubu re-election. His only agenda is second term. But look at Delta State. Poverty reigns supreme. Unemployment. We don't need to do it. I don't need to go back to the economic summit. And I'm happy you invited the wrong people to your summit, sir. You invited Professor Lumba. His mouth, you know, they close. He will tell you as it is. Maybe you think he's celebrating you. He was actually saying something very big. In all, they say one thing, employment. Employment. Well, I've presented my papers on what I think we should do, but that is not what I'm about to discuss today. Today is a little bit more than that. And I want us to take our mind again back to what some of our story. I use the images. I don't want to use the images of these very people, but their name speaks volume. Here I have Tom Polo, I have Asari Dokumbo, I have Omagege, I have Iburi, and I have Ayere. I put them there for you to think. At a point in time, these people were fighting for Niger Delta, right? They are fighting so that, they come into, because that's the message they come to us with. When anybody was fighting, he was fighting for resource control. It was good. The Niger Delta movement under Tompolo, they were there to stop the white people from taking our oil. So we, the community, we have nothing to show for it. So that was what Tompolo was fighting for. Asari did the same thing. Ayere did the same thing. Omagege will tell you he did the same thing. But the moment Tinubu give them contract of 4 billion, Tompolo is now quiet. So the question is, as a land law, if anybody want to talk about understanding the Niger Delta, understand it from this perspective, that the oil in our land belongs to the government. Now the new law says they should give us 3%. The 3% is why we are killing ourselves. That is the Petroleum Industry Act. Tompolo knows this. Ibori knows this. Omagege knows this. Ayere knows this. But today, they're going to bed with Tinubu because Tinubu has been able to settle them. So it has never been about us. Never. These guys, they don't even care whether we exist. It's been about them and them and them only. Otherwise, what has changed? Since Tinubu became president, has Tinubu been able to address the challenges of the Niger Delta? The answer is a big capital no. But our big boys, they don't see anything wrong with Tinubu. Let me see what I add Joy back. Joy, you back?
Yes, of course I am. Sorry, network.
That's fine. That's fine. So Joy, I know you have a little thing to say here. I use different images because I don't want to use their image so they don't beat us, but I use their names. They know who I'm talking about. Tompolo, Asari Dokubo, Omagege, Ibori, Ayere, they were fighting for us. They said, we are suffering in the Niger Delta and Nigerian government is not nice to us. Today, since Tompolo got 4 billion, he's not the one fighting for Tinubu to be re-elected. Ibori is cool with Tinubu, man. Ayere, all of them are in this. The question I ask, has Tinubu done anything for us differently than the rest? Why are they not supporting Tinubu? Because their pockets have been filled. Tompolo got 4 billion every month.
They're supporting him for the money.
Exactly. Because Tinubu has appealed to them. He has given them money. They are collecting 4 billion every month. They are satisfied. So we have been sacrificed, Joy. These people, if they wanted to fight for us, they only need to do one thing. This law needs to change. The law that takes the land from us is what they need to change.
Yes,
nobody's talking about it. Not even that one where they say now, what to be named? That your who was fighting your Magage? Not that Magage is not good. He's not good too. Because they are not fighting for us. They are fighting for themselves. Even that
for themselves, yes. They're fighting for their pockets.
That definitely so they're all looking for themselves. And it's annoying because they think we're fools. I've been angry on this show. I've been angry, Joy. I've been really angry. And then something occurred to me, actually this night, to think again. He said to me, Daddy Chris, the same thing the British did, or the same thing the slave master did, is the same thing the British did. It's the same things our allies are not doing. There's a pattern. When money comes in, we speak jargons, we change, we become different. But this is more than money, Joy. You know, and I'm looking for the solution to this problem. That how can we human being, that was when they come to me, how can we human being not have a say as human being once money is involved? Or for in our case, Joy, once a woman is involved. If we have put woman between two men, they go break her just now.
Yes.
That's what we find out. Not verse, yeah? Because that's how we behave, you understand? But that has been the life. So that makes me to think a little bit different. And I now begin to forgive these guys. Let me take this beyond Africa. So what I did, and now when I came to Europe first time, the first thing I'm going to teach, as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to the rest of the world. The first two political ideologies that came to me when I got to Europe was the conservative and the liberal ideology. If you go to America, it's very clear. There are only two ideas really. Either you are conservative or you're liberal. And that's why in America, the Democrats are liberal and the conservative are then Donald Trump. You understand? They claim to be Christians. They are not really Christians. None of them are Christians anyway, but they claim to be Christians. You understand? Even in the UK, they claim to be Christians, but none of them is Christian. But okay, but the difference is, if you are a liberal, they say if you like, you can be gay, you can be anything, it doesn't concern them. You understand? But conservatives say, no, we don't want gay. In fact, with conservative, there should be no abortion. That is still, in fact, in some part of America, I don't think they even supported the abortion completely. You understand? But when you come to UK, it's the same thing. In the UK, you have the Tory party. They are very conservative. Now, they even went on the extreme with the Reform Party. Those guys, they are hardcore to the end. Then, at the end of the day, when you look at the Labour Party, who is now in power here, they are more liberal. You can be anything. If you want to be gay, not your problem. You understand? But Joy, there's one thing that is really common among them. For the conservative, they say the private people should run the economy. So they want the less tax on the rich. So their claim is that when the rich are taxless, they can employ, they can create more jobs. No, the liberals say no, the rich should be taxed more. Some businesses like the healthcare education should be handled by the state. And that's what you see. But you're going to see them missing it up. But Joy, you know the funniest thing? There are two people. If you see the image I show, there are people in the engine room controlling it. Those are the people actually doing it to please themselves. When you see the conservative win election, the big businessmen, they know their tax is going to go down. They are happy. They will never support Labour Party in the UK. You know why? They don't want to pay much tax. They want to own the whole money. You know what is funny? And so I was thinking that this is an African problem. They came to hit us. And I found out, no, Joy. Look at, you must have heard that there's something going on at the moment. Let's use this situation. The war in Ukraine. I said I was blaming Europeans, saying that them caused African problem. So maybe, but who caused the problem between Ukraine and Russia? These are all brothers. They were brothers, right? They're killing themselves every day till now. Don't take ourselves out of the equation. Take Africa out. It's two European brothers killing themselves. What are they fighting for? Money. Russia is saying Ukraine is my partner, it's our own. You cannot come and take Ukraine from us. The West say, if Ukraine want to join us, let them join us. That is the war. Again, it's a fight for territory, a fight for pride, a fight for everything. Some stupidity. That's why people are dying. The bottom line, Joy, people are dying. Joy, before we even come to this Ukraine now and Russia, there's something, you guys are young. For those of us that have been around, we heard of the First World War and Second World War.
Yes.
There's something that interests us there. And we pray we don't have the Third World War. I think it's unavoidable. The First World War, what was it all about? Killing. It was only Europeans. It has nothing to do with other countries within Europe. Yeah. That's where they started the war. They were fighting themselves, killing themselves. Over what? They were fighting for territory, my daughter. Fighting for steel. You know, that was, I'm going to tell you how they come to form European Union. I'm coming, So now, after that one, come the Second World War. The same thing. So after the Second World War, Joy, you know what they did? Europeans now came together. That is these people here. They are the one that caused the First and the Second World War. It has nothing to do with any other part of the world. So they now came together and said, okay, for us to be able to defeat so that we don't kill each other because of anything. Let us co-own the steel, which is what they are fighting for. You see, the whole thing we are doing about is economy. So it's not as if even the white man will not kill his own brother for money. He's not coming to take your money alone. They didn't come to exploit us alone. Let me tell you one word. Who colonized America? It was the British. So they do colonize themselves. In fact, the Yugoslavia was ruled by the Turkish for so many years. So they'll be colonizing themselves, Joy. It is not because they hated us. No, it's their culture. It's the human tendency. And I'm sure in Africa we're colonizing one another. I hear say the Benin Kingdom were very big one time. Everybody there now.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So you can understand human beings. So this makes me to think beyond the ordinary. Before the white people came, we were doing it to ourselves, and they were doing it to themselves. Huh. So our problem is more than just British come to Africa, they come to do this to us. It's more than that. Our problem is the tendency of man against man. Man has been against man. That is how I put it.
Yeah.
And what we are fighting for, Joy, is something we don't even need. Like you were on my show one day when I said about what we want and not what we need. And that has been the problem. Now, Joy, this is where you're not going to agree with me. As I look into this very carefully, the only thing that came to my mind was, how did we fall short? Where did we get this wrong? How many people are we consider mentally sick? And I felt that the only reason we are killing ourselves, we're killing ourselves over what we don't need. Just imagine, if we choose to be normal, to behave well, nobody will die, they will not kill each other again. We don't even need ammunition. But we will not do that. The question is why?
There are actually people that benefit from the sufferings of others. So
But are they
they would
benefiting, Joy? Are they really benefiting? Tinubu benefiting? Tinubu, you benefit from your own people, and now you are hungry, you are scared. Your children can't move around. They cost you every day. I'm not sure you are benefiting anything. No. Is that benefiting really?
one thing I think for power, I think they will do anything to
Exactly.
to get
Agree.
this money. So it doesn't even matter if it will affect them along the line. So long they get, I don't know. I think it's the initial. I don't know how what they feel though when they acquire these things. But one thing I know is
There's a
that
question for the whole audience.
there are people, whether war, famine, whatever it is, there are sect of people that usually benefit. They are the ones that fuel the problem. Like we're talking about the Russian Ukraine.
Yes.
Of course, people died. A lot of buildings and infrastructures were destroyed.
Yes.
But I still think that there are people who benefited from that. They don't really care. That's one thing with the Nigerian government. They don't really care about the lives that are. It's just like the adage. They say when two elephants are fighting, it is the grass that suffers. They don't care about the grass. All they know is what they want to do.
Joy, I want us to now examine the mentality of the elephant fighting. Let's look at them. How much food can Tinubu literally eat? How many women can Tinubu take?
How many houses can he sleep in at the same time?
Why does he need that? And leading to that, do you think something is more than this? Something is wrong. I'm not forget about the poor people who suffer, yes, but the people even killing themselves or causing the suffering, are they normal? Are these people mentally okay? Because it's okay to do something and then you have to benefit. What would be my benefit if I'm going to sleep in one bed and I'm going to have 50 houses that I don't need to sleep in? What do I need them for? No, Joy, I'm confused.
But then, in a way, a bit. I would disagree with you on, maybe not disagreement, but just a little push. Of course, they might not need it, especially when there are people who needs it more. I don't know if that aligns with what you're saying, because you can have investments, you can have, but not at the detriment of your people.
Joy,
It's
let me ask you one question, Joy. What do you need investment for? Wait, knowing that you're going to die soon, and that investment will belong to who?
it belongs to your children or your
Oh my
family
God.
members.
And you don't even know whether your children need it. I've been watching some things. The moment the man died, they sold everything and the children went away. You understand? They may not even sell it. My friend was telling me, he's here in London with me. He has 2 boys here. He said that if I die today, he bought a house. He has a house in Asaba. This twin, he has 4 bedroom upstairs, like 2 flats upstairs, 2 flats downstairs. So he rented them out. And he said that he's paying. He's not even saying that the children should go and stay. That if he died, they should go and sell the house and take the money. That the children will not go. And he's asking himself, what am I working for? He has only 2 children here. These children will not go to Nigeria to sell that house. In fact, if he died, they will bury him here. He's praying that they should take him up. They will not take him, they will bury him so that they can go and put flower.
So what's all the suffering, the hustle, the tussle?
That's my
It has actually been for nothing. Even the Bible said, what shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world? Because where you're actually going, you don't need all of these things. But then, like I was trying to explain, if there are people around you that could actually benefit from it, yes, it's understandable. But if nobody is going to benefit from your investment, why are you investing?
Joy, who is going to benefit? No, wait. I was in Festac. Funny enough, when that Festac, I saw some massive building. Joy, when you see it, when the people drive in, there are only about 3 people: the wife and the husband, and maybe their cook. They drive in there. If you see the space, and then when you see this side, it's like a slum. A lot of people living in no home. And I sometimes, because I was there, Oking was shooting, and I was observing, and I'm asking, this man here is not free, because when he comes back, he had to deal with these people. And I was just imagining the dynamics. I wish I could put camera, or I wish I could go into the minds of these people to say what they think. So the man even up there that owns this thing, he's going to not sleep in all the bedroom, or he's going to sleep in his small room. His wife will not even open left for him that day. No, so many things, And I'm wondering, why does the man need all this rubbish? A 1-bedroom flat, or maybe 3-bedroom flat, maybe, but this it's not a house, it's not a compound, it's a village he built. That's not the only one he has. He only come there on holiday. He has other places. I'm gonna be called, and he want more. It's not enough. He still want more.
Yes, they want more. Funny how it's kind of, I question some certain decisions some of these are political leaders they make. You have a house in your village, it's so big. The people that, like, I think we talked about it, one of the State of the Nation shows, where people will come to the people that don't even have good houses to sleep in. The people wants to come and be clearing yearly grass or monthly grass. You are not coming to the village. Maybe what you are sending is 10 bags of rice for it to be distributed amongst the different families. Everybody goes home with a 2 cup or 3 cup. Exactly. And in your mind, you have actually paid, you have done something. You are having houses every. In fact, when you even come to the village, you won't even sleep in that house.
No, you will not.
So why not just look for people that don't have houses? For me, that's what I think. If you're not going to live in an investment, or you're not going to live in a property you are investing in, just look for a way. Or if, in fact, one thing that would be beneficial, if you can even rent it to the community members at an even lower price, I think they would say thank you.
Exactly.
Rather than for them to be working and doing also, and you have this one here, you are, so that by the time the person dies, when they are reading or they are calling his properties, I don't know if spirits feel they are proud. I don't know. If maybe as there is hearing the properties being called as a spirit, it will be feeling pride. I don't get it, honestly. I don't get it. You amass a lot of wealth, people are suffering, people are dying. What I was reading the news this morning, I was seen the fact that our president, before now, I've not been seeing anything he has been doing. No, I've not been hearing of Tinubu did this, he did that, they rescued this. But because the election time is drawing closer, they are now bringing up, I don't know if these are ghost achievements. We don't know if, we have seen, maybe there's, let's say, for example, this is what the president did, this thing, like they are bringing up achievements that Tinubu is, and I'm beginning to wonder, is this a play, like a trick, a political trick, so that people will say, oh, he's actually doing something, and then people will go and vote for him again.
No, but Joy, maybe you are thinking too far. Let's think small. What is Tinubu's going to gain? Yeah, he's going to be president, but what is he gaining? He is a man that is struggling to walk.
Exactly.
He's a man that can't even sleep with more than one. I don't think he can still sleep with that Remy. You see that Remy as he hot. That Baba go fi handle him. You understand? So you are wondering, what is this man looking for money for? In bed, when you don't owe like us, your back would bend. The man can't walk straight anymore. What is he looking for? You see, that's my area now. My area of thinking is, why do we human beings choose to be greedy? And that is a question that we need to answer today on this show. Don't go away. That is the big question. I've been tracing my research, and I come to here, and the question I couldn't answer for some time was this question I asked. Why do I need to do this? There are so many things I do. If I say, sometimes I wake up in the bed, I say, but why am I doing all this rubbish? Probably need only one wife to cook for me, and I eat, I sleep. What am I going to do? Because tomorrow I'm going to go, and all these things will be immaterial. Some people will never know it. Why am I killing myself about it, Joy? Let me tell you this. There are some houses I built in my village. I have a house in Lagos years back. It's behind Alaba International Market. I don't know where that house is. As I speak, if you tell me, say, oh, now the house with this, I go know by look. Do you understand? Am I going to go there again in this life? I pray that I have the time to revisit that house. And probably I want more houses, of course. Why not? Joy, after looking at the case of the Mama Agege, and I said to the world today, do not trust Daddy Chris. Do not trust me. Because if these people, at the point in time, they said they were fighting for us, they will die. Niger Delta must be good. And when I met Mama Agege, because I met one of the one-on-one, Mama Agege said we are too rich to be poor. But were you not too rich not to share your resources when you were Senate president, deputy president? What did you do? Do you even need more? Oh my God, with all the money you have now, if you start to do small things, then a biscuit they say, you will not need food. What are you fighting for? What do you need this thing for now? Tell Oma Gege, make it tell me waiting they run for. Ibori, you don't get a replay, you don't get everything. What are you still fighting for? What are you going to do with the money?
They want to keep power within their circle. That's why the poor will continue to remain poor.
If it's just power, it will be good. You might be able to use power to do good things. I'm coming to the end of the show. That's where I'm going on. But do they really need power? I don't think they're strong with the power.
They don't need that. They don't.
It's the greed that is the problem. Otherwise, if you have power, okay, now you can use the power to do something. Look at, like I said, Joy. Today I have electricity in this. You have electricity in your room. You have light where you are now. That is the good thing of man. It's power. We use it. We use knowledge God gave to us. You understand? But again, the same we use the same thing to destroy. So I'm asking myself, as much as man has done well, we have destroyed ourselves too. Only thing that came to my mind, Joy, is I traced this thing and I went back to the beginning. I know many people don't agree with me. I went back to the beginning of the creation. The Bible said at the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And the only reason we fell out with God, and they use the word fell out with God, we didn't even fell out with God. We ate the forbidden fruit. The question I asked you, Joy, which is very deep, why did God not want to stop us from eating the forbidden fruit?
Why? I didn't get that. Why did
God didn't show us the forbidden fruit? Why did the devil have to show us the forbidden fruit? If that story they told us in the Bible is correct, all right?
Why God didn't show the forbidden fruit?
And why did he not say eat it?
Because he knew what we would be getting into if we ate the fruit. That was why he warned. He never told man not to eat any other. He just said this one you shouldn't, because God knew the consequences that would come from eating
But
that.
the Bible says, Joy, listen, that when we ate it, our eyes were open. So the forbidden fruit was not always very bad. Understand that. Our eyes were open, and that was when Adam knew he was naked. So the forbidden fruit actually opened our eyes.
Open our eyes to see. It's just like Daddy Chris. I would disagree a bit, because it's just like having a child, having a baby, and then there's fire. The child does not know pain. As a parent, you are shielding them from knowing that pain.
Now you said it.
So that was what God was. He didn't want us to know that pain. That was why he specifically warned not to go there, because there was a lot of consequences from it. But then when man ate the fruit, just like that, as I'm using the analysis of a baby now, when man ate the fruit, when the baby, let's say the baby is crawling, and then there is a candle, and the baby goes closer and touches the flame, it burns the child. The child is not aware of the dangers. Because normally,
the child will not cry to the mom.
No, aside from crying to the mother, the child, at first, seeing the flame, it's beautiful. Like, how is this thing floating? It's bringing like a lot of questions. But then he has not gone there, so he does not understand. All he sees about that flame is beauty. He does not know it would cause him pain. And then after the flame had burnt him, he now understands that, oh, this is why my mother will always carry me. And that was what God was trying to avoid.
And I want us to, Joy, if we can establish that on the show today, we'll be winning. Because the Bible said that we were then open to have the knowledge of good and evil.
Why did we need the knowledge of evil? I would have been okay with the knowledge of good. I would have just. I don't even want to know about any knowledge.
Unfortunately, that they come together, Joy. They come together.
I know, but then we were in a position. Man was in a position of rest, enjoyment. Why can we not just be comfortable with what God gave and just leave it like that?
And in fact, Joy, some people said, "Oh, that what Adam and Eve ate was sex," and I said that's stupidity, because God, maybe they didn't even need to have sex then, but he was going to introduce them to sex because he already created man and created the female and the male organ.
You get.
So it was not a thing that God didn't want you to have. Why did he create it?
They could have just been patient for God to get to that course, that particular course.
But my conclusion, Joy, was that God knew that we are not emotionally and mentally capable by nature to deal with the consequences. Let me put it this way. If you're angry now, Joy, you probably want so many things to happen. Hey, they should die. Because that is, and with the power in your hand, you will kill those people.
Exactly.
God does not kill. This is why I keep telling people every day. God does not kill. God did not introduce death. It is with anger that now we know evil. We know the power. We not only know it, we now have the power. Let me tell you this, Joy. Like I said, mankind have done a lot. We have done a lot of great things. The music is playing. I'm talking to you. It's like we're in the same room. You understand? And we can reproduce human beings. In fact, the latest one now is you don't even need to carry baby in the tummy anymore. You put the sperm somewhere and the baby will grow out. Do you understand? Human beings are now inventing power. You see, the knowledge is producing something good. God knew that. But also, The knowledge is why we are killing one another.
Okay, so if I should get what you're saying, that knowledge of these inventions that we have came from
Yes.
actually eating the forbidden fruit.
Yes, it's all part of it. But it is also the knowledge that keeps us, that manufactures the greed that makes us to kill one another now. And in order to take control, we are making weapons to take control. And the weapon becomes part of invention. But it is an evil, devilish invention. The question God was asking us is, do you have the mental capability to control the power we are about to take? The power is now yours. Now take it, control it. Now, we use the power to do good things. Now we use it to destroy mankind. And God was saying, you guys are not mature, though. It never reached you, my children. Don't take this yet. Don't do this. You understand? It's not as if God intentionally didn't want us to. He knew that by nature, He took us from dust. We are not mentally capable. We are not emotionally mature to deal with it. But we were fighting God anyhow. We want power now. Have you seen a child that is almost 18 years old? When you tell your daughter that is 16 not to go out on that time, they see boys, they tell her, say, fine. She want to go out. You know, and you keep telling her, you never reach my daughter. That time, I hate my father syndrome. She hate the father because Papa not agree. You understand? So, and now we know the only reason your father knew you're going to have sex, you're my daughter, you're going to be a woman. But it's not your time.
Yes.
This you're rushing now, you're going to make mistake. You're not listening. Exactly what we did with God. And God, today, God is still telling you, come back, my daughter. Come back. That thing you did is wrong. You know, come back. And sometimes we are there crying, telling God, oh, now you find yourself, your daughter is pregnant. And she's telling, Papa, come and remove the pregnancy. Not be Papa put pregnancy. You understand? That pregnancy, you go born on. Because it's not God that put pregnant. It's not your father that got you pregnant. Your father is not the one to remove your pregnancy. You get to remove the pregnancy.
Your father warned you.
So God is in pain that we have caused ourselves this. And like I said, God has never used His hand 1 day, 1 minute to cause mankind. All the suffering you see are the creation of mankind because
man's actions.
Matured.
Yes,
we are not mature to handle the power we now gotten from the forbidden fruit, which we force God to eat. Father said, don't go here. No, you want to go. It's happening every day in our life. Our relationship with God is what we see every day with our children. My parents were telling me certain things I wouldn't listen. But after some time, I'm going to say, oh, look at what they were saying. You understand? And now when I make mistake, I call on them. No, oh boy, whatever you cause. You see, every day, Joy, I'm the only person in this world that keeps saying it, unfortunately, that we are not, even if we do the right thing, we will not die now. If today now, the word say, okay, we have the capability. Because what I want us to do, Joy, is we've identified a problem. Our problem is not that we are evil. We don't have the mental capability. We don't have the emotional maturity to handle the power, the knowledge we've gotten from evil. We're using the one from good to do good things. That's why we have electricity, Joy. Man has done well. We have some medicine that is curing us. We've done well, but we don't have the maturity to control the evil. So in the midst of the world, there is good now, there's evil. All caused by man.
Yes, exactly. It's just like when they say, sorry to intrude. It's just like when they say, let's say for example, I'm going to buy a body cream, and then it was actually made so to soothe my skin, to make my skin look, But then if you go through the ingredients in that body cream, there are ingredients that could actually cause what do you call it?
Their effect, their side effects.
Exactly.
Whether you like it or not.
In as much as they are doing good things, there are still, like you said, rightly said, the knowledge to also, because it's side by side.
Yes.
It's side by side.
So, and that helped me to explain why human beings are dying. God did not create death. We were not, even now, it is not God's intention for us to die. So that
Yeah,
stupid Bible that is
exactly.
teaching you, any pastor teaching you rubbish, say it is appointed unto man to die. It was not appointed unto any man to die.
It was not in God's original plan
No
for
way.
any
And
of
it's
his
still not in his plan.
creations. Yes.
It's not even in God's plan. But we are now dealing with the inability to control the power we've gotten. Look at what happened to Cain and Abel. They all made sacrifice to God. God was not refusing anyone. God said, this one is sweet. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Cain was just jealous.
Yeah.
Now, if Cain might have the capability or the emotional maturity to control himself, he wouldn't have killed Abel.
Killed Abel, exactly.
He
Exactly.
didn't have that
What
maturity.
he would
That's
have
why he
done,
killed.
what he would have done was the next year he would have prepared better and
Thank
tried
you.
to, even if he had jealousy issues, he would have channeled it positively.
You see, and that's why I said God is saying you don't need this power now because you don't have the emotional maturity to have it. Maybe God was going to give us time to do some training, some orientation, and then everything. Because if God didn't want us to have sex, why did he put the organ? He created Adam and Eve with the organs already. So he has
And he
everything
told
planned.
them to multiply.
Yes. So what is it? I always use one word. I say, oh, God never forbid us from having sex. Not the way the devil taught us. And they say, what does that mean? I say, I don't know. Go and ask God. Do you understand? So, yeah, it is so important, Joy, that we understand that we are human beings. And as human beings, we don't have the emotional and the mental capability to control power. If we are given chance, many people for don't die today. All the people when offend me, for don't say die. Thank God our power is not that much. But if I have chance, I will shoot them. So that's why some people have more control. Those who have some control, they don't kill. Those who don't have control, they will kill. For hurting them, make you hurt your wife first, make you know whether that food. At times when we want eat for night, you go to look at face. But I make her eat the food. Make her eat the food. Because you know what you do. Because like she they give you food, make her eat her. If she's really angry, she can do a lot. That's why some women can easily kill their husband. It's not a wicked woman. It is our immature nature as human beings. And the extent will get to all of us become stupid. Every single one of us. That is why when you see these people at the beginning, they might actually be convinced that they want to do something. They want to do something. When they now have the power, when they now have the words, life becomes different. And their life, who are you talking about? When they begin to honor them like God. Some of them are God. These people are God.
They are God.
You see the problem at the end of the day, the ego now comes in, the greed now comes in. And at that moment, they end up being self-destructive. They're not even doing us anything bad. They're just being self-destructive. And that is the message. The human being forced God to take the knowledge of good and evil. Fine. Now you got it. Can you control it? Wait till Papa they tell Pikin that time when they not listen. Now Papa they settle the matter. That's why when they tell me, Jesus Christ came to die. I say, he came to die or you killed him. Jesus Christ didn't come to die. Again, because they couldn't stop, they couldn't control. They don't understand what this guy is saying. The natural tendency is to kill him. I say he came to die. No, I don't know they preach that gospel. Not be Jesus Christ, Nasi. Now, we don't kill and finish, you say now he come to die. And it's easy to preach that gospel. That's why today I cannot find out that from all I have seen, from the slave trade to the colonial master coming to our elites taking control, it's about our inability, not always very bad, because they've been doing some good things. These people have done one or two good things. But they don't have the power. They are not matured enough to say, I don't need this. I asked them, what does it cost these people to say, Topolo 4 billion every month? What am I doing with 4 billion every month? First, wait.
Like what I want to even ask, like, can he work? This man, is he Asari? Is he Asari Dokubo? The one, I think he cannot. He's not very mobile.
No, it's you don't see as he gather weight. How can a man of that size be able to work?
So what is he doing with this? Like, honestly, the
I know Asari one, so I won't be saying anything. As I tell you, Asari, he had about 20-something children. So now maybe the children don't reach 30. Asari is a very well-to-do man. You understand? You know, he's I know him one-on-one. I mean, I was to do run his academy in Cotonou. I know him one-on-one. So if when you meet them, they are not evil completely, but they don't have the ability, Joy, to control the power of evil. So they become evil and become self-destructive. It's not the destruction they ever causing others. They destroy themselves. If I tell you, the one little thought now they make these people not sleep for night. Joy, a poor man sleep faster than them.
Mm-hmm.
They can't sleep.
What's the poor man worrying about aside from his next day meal?
Next day meal. If his wife don't touch his head on his sleep, the man will jump on top of the wife, finish sleep, happy. But these people can't sleep. They cannot. And it is what I call self-destruction. God wants us. You are not matured. God does not want you. He wants you to have everything. But the one you can, it's like a child now. You just give it already. A daughter, you have a daughter. She's a beautiful girl. She's beautiful. She's gonna fall into prey. She won't listen. She's gonna jump out. I say, if you tell you what a young girl will do at 16, 14, she will jump the fence. When he don't get belly, another time he know say, Do you understand?
All the flame that is in her head will
disappear. And now you see the stupid boy telling you, I'm not mature. You're not mature when they do. You see, so again, you see what we're going through. So it is a very, very serious thing. In fact, these people are victims. They might not know, but they are victims.
Victims of their own greed.
Exactly.
And want to be in control.
In this world today, we are victims of our own. We are self-destructive. That's the language. And now we are dealing with what we cause. Do not say God, because left for God, there is enough food in this world.
Yes, of course.
Now, some of us used to take it all, some have nothing. Self-destruction. And come to think, I was going to look for a flyer. These people won't generate it. I won't do it for me, because anything Israeli and Palestinian, they don't want to. They tell you are breaking the rule, it's too sensitive, don't tell that. Otherwise, you look at it. The two people, the children of the people, the Palestinian and the Israelis who are in the Middle East, they are the biggest trouble the world has ever seen. They are the children of Abraham, children of Ishmael, and children of Isaac. And somebody tells me that, God accepted Isaac. I say, you be fool. You don't see where Papa born two children. You can't take one. He said,
God did not reject Ishmael. In fact, remember the story where the mother ran away from Sarah? Was it not the angel of God that showed them, like he told her to go back to her mistress, and in fact said she should, because the child was crying, that she should take water and give to the child. If God rejected,
Rivazah. Have you read the story of Rivazah? That's why the Muslim call Rivazah. The river has no dry till tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Where that Ishmael, where that small boy used his leg, and you are saying it's God that rejected him. That greedy man called Israel is the most greedy man in the Bible, but he has strength. Israel, the same Jacob, the name Jacob not good for him. Now his brother call him, say Jacob too heavy for you. Now Esau change the name, say Jacob too heavy for you. We'll give you another name. Because he was too greedy.
Was it Esau that changed? No, I don't think so.
Go and read the Bible according to the Muslim. You will see another part of that.
According to the Muslim.
Yes. You need to. I have a movie here
called
Genesis.
To the Christians,
yes.
It was actually God that changed his name.
Not be only God. Where God for come, God they change name. Anyway,
the angel.
and I only know. Anyway, you see, You know what? Something about that guy. He sees the angel and say, "You must bless me," because he got some power. He stopped the angel. "I will never let you go unless you bless
Yes,
me."
you bless
He blessed him.
me.
Yes.
Yes.
The angel have to bless this man before he could leave. That is power. So was it all this destruction? Well, see, let us not separate. Let's understand this. I'm not saying that man has not done good, because we got the power of good too. It's knowledge of good. We're using it, but the knowledge of evil has overridden the good.
Yeah.
Today, we don't know what we're doing. That is what we're gonna go through in Nigeria. Let's take this matter home. Our politicians, our brothers, our sisters, Tinubu, Governor Boriwori. No, look at I see Governor Boriwori. I like Boriwori a lot. See, look at him. Boriwori will sacrifice us to get a container, which he has done already. Nobody was fighting him in PDP. Tell her, Mona, tell her, ask her why in the camp. Okay, if he's not afraid of Tinubu, why did he decamp? Oh, all of a sudden, APC has done more good thing in Nigeria than PDP. Hello?
I think a lot of these governors and all these politicians, they use one party to get to where they want, and then they quickly switch to the, the big power so that they could retain whatever it is they've got.
They get protection. And you see now, can you see that the Boriwori is childish? The question you ask him is, okay, what do you need this power for? They call you governor. You're not going to be forever. Highest after 210, you will live there. You understand? Okay. Okowa is no more a governor. Ibori is no more a governor. Odoa don't they sick bed. What do you need? What do you need all this greed, all this nonsense you're doing? After some time, this one is going to be in his sick bed. Very soon, it will happen. But if we all do the right thing, none of us will die. Have you ever thought about that, Joy? You know, when they tell me that it's appointed unto man to die, and I just wonder, where God for create death? Where in the Bible did they tell you that you will die? On the 7th day, the man rested, and everything was beautiful. Where was death? So where did he tell you that it's appointed unto man to die? Are you out of your mind? We are killing ourselves. God has no hand in it. And God is in pain that we are dying. That is why he brought his son to the world. We kill him again. If he come again, we'll go see kill him. Because now we've gotten power.
Joy, this time they can't kill him. He's going to come, but they will not be able to kill him. Can you kill someone who had died and resurrected? You can't.
Well, we'll leave that one for another day. Let those people who believe or don't believe, let them do their own thing. But all I know is that if you know, make I ask you the most difficult question: why did he allow himself to be killed if he's that powerful? Because what you see here, God is even confused. Let me tell you something in the Bible. Because the moment we ate that fruit, we knew what God could do. There's nothing we cannot do. That was why we were building the tower. We were going to meet God, though. God said, if we leave these people, they're coming to us. Is the Bible?
And God also he saw ahead of them. Adam and Eve, after they've taken the forbidden fruit, God immediately asked them. They had to leave the garden because there was also another tree. That was the tree of life. If they had,
that is the big lie. That is the big lie.
You said what? I didn't hear you.
What I want us to preach towards the end of the show is let's talk about the tree of life. Joy. Yes. Did somebody tell you there was another tree of life? Or maybe there's one real apple they ate. That's stupidity. The tree of life.
I'm not understanding you, Daddy Chris.
Jesus Christ. It was an act of disobedience. That was the thing. Now, if we not undo what we did in the garden, how are you going to do that? You can't undo that anymore. You've eaten the fruit. It's not part of you. The
tree of life was not meant for the undoing of their deed. It was to keep them living forever.
And if you want to live forever, oh God, listen, there's only one thing. We human beings, you see, anything you destroy, you can repair. Only it takes longer to fix. If you scatter this cup now, it will take you a long time to fix it once it's
But
broken.
even if you fix it, there will still be cracks.
Yeah, sometimes you
Right?
can't, but again, it will be fixed. Because
But it will not be as
but if
it
you know what to
was.
do, Joy, if you want to do, all you need to do is you melt it and you mold it again. So all you need to do is everything is feasible. It might be longer process. Now, how do we fix? How do we undo the wrongs? That is the question of the rest part of the show. Now we know that it is our inability, Joy, to control, in our immaturity, to control the power of evil in us. But we can do it now, Joy. How about if we now choose to control the power of evil in us? And what is the power of evil? Look at this man sitting down here. But what he does is it's making some money. Look at people on the other side. If everybody will do the right thing, these people will no more suffer. So if the day human beings choose to undo, and how do you undo it? By now controlling your emotion, growing your mental capabilities, so that you can become a positive influence in the world. From that day, heaven comes to earth. Like I said one day in the beginning, Joy, if you look at my show that day, you were not here. In the beginning, go and read it. The first thing that happened, the first line of the Bible, in the beginning, God created the heavens, S, and the earth. This is not one heaven. Heavens. So there was no, where's heaven? Now there they. Somebody said God lives in heaven. If God lives in heaven, then where the heaven? God created heaven on that day. Where was he staying before he created the heavens? God does not live in heavens. Heaven is here on earth. There are heavens on earth. But Joy, we need to bring it out. See, no, God is wonderful. When God begins to reveal these things to you, you know what is so funny, Joy? They tell us that God, some of things are nothing you need to understand. Don't even ask those questions. There is nothing that is not understandable because God is real. All you need to do is get near him and he will begin to open things for you. God is not an abstract God. God is real. And you can feel God. Somebody's telling you that don't do this, you did it. And it's helping you. Every day, God is helping you to come back to yourself. You refuse to. And you're going to blame you. Joy, let me put it this way. The question I ask everybody, if they agree with my message today, how do we undo the wrongs? Knowing that it is not that the Christians will do the same thing. Who never do them? Let me go back to the beginning of this show. Joy, the same people that came to do the slave trade, they have only one mission. They are human. The colonial master, they have one mission. They are human. Our elites, they are human. You see, human has come short. Why are we coming short? It's not as if we come short. We don't have the capability. You see, these people coming to take us as slaves, they would have come to us and say, hey, why about you guys come and work with us in our farm and we pay you some money? It would have been done with dignity. It would have been done well. Human beings would have been happier. Instead, they force human beings as slaves. So you have the power to do good and the power to do evil. Now, there's a push that tell them, hey, if we force them, then we don't have to pay them. You see, Joy? That's only why they force them. Otherwise, we are now here in Europe looking for a job. So if you had come to us and said, come and work in our factory, in our plantation, we probably follow them. Today, I will not come into Europe. I will not come into America. They are not even the one rejecting us, that we cannot come. We want to go and work in your plantation now. Do you understand? Yes, so see, just to come and work in your plantation. Now it's you that doesn't want them anymore. The same thing you force them, meaning you are self-destructive. Now look at this colonial master. Now we want to, they said they were, no, we are telling them, please come and rule us now. You understand? You see, now they are the one running away from us. Our elites, look at them. What is Tinubu and all on his gang going to do with all these things? Practically nothing. So the world can go back to where we're coming from. And we can only do that if we now begin to grow our emotion to resist greed, to resist the temptation of anger, to resist the temptation of jealousy. These are things now. They are real. They are not. And if we do that, the world will become, nobody will die. Joy, if we stop making guns, there will be no more war. And do you know how many people have died out of war today? Today. Only because of war. It's not hunger that killed them. And even the ones dying of hunger, is it not our own making? And Joy,
Hunger too was a weapon.
Exactly. That's my research. So if hunger is a weapon, bullet is a weapon, then if we stop being greedy and we share the food, which I don't need, my stomach is so small. Joy, I only take very small food. What do I need the whole world for? And until we have that emotional maturity, we'll continue to gather the food we don't need. And those food will become waste in my room. You know how many people have died and their money is in their account? The family are not even aware. Most of our money died in Europe because our leaders that brought the money, only them knew the secret. By the time they died by accident or plane crash, that money is gone. So money died in the bank. And the question is, does that idiot need the money? No. Joy, there is few years, let's assume by the autism, though I know we're not supposed to die. But now, based on what we have, you are living on earth for a few years. Why are you gathering those things you don't need? Not knowing that if you don't gather those things, we will live forever. Oh, Joy, look at it. If you stop being greedy now, the world will not end again. Heavens will be here on earth. The heavens God created. He said, God said, I have created this heaven in this garden. Go and multiply it.
But the world will still end now. The world will still end because these people will not stop. That's why the world has to end.
You see,
Because they
on a
won't
good day,
stop.
Joy, on the good day, if today now, we now let them know this and that. Oh, the reason we are dying, it's not, we're not going to die and go to heaven. No, the heaven is here. Let us rebuild the Garden of Eden, which God created. Because that's what God said, go and multiply the world. We would have been building Garden of Eden. That was the heavens and the whole earth. God created the whole earth and he created heavens, which is the Garden of Eden was heavens. And he was telling to man, go and replicate it. But what did we do? Joy, how much do you gonna eat? How much can you eat that you are dragging? And the painful thing is, if you're not dragging things you don't need, you self, you will live forever. Now, let's put it this way. Do you know what's so funny? Tinubu is gathering the small money the whole country will use for himself. If he had used the money for the people, Tinubu would be richer. This is exactly what I was analyzing. Supposing Boriwori now choose to invest the money using the people, Delta State will be richer, Obori will be richer. But Oboriwori, out of short-sightedness, is not gathering what he doesn't need. What he does not need, though, and he's not a poor man too, in the midst of plenty.
Yes, of course.
Think about what the whole state would have achieved if we all come together. See, that is the devil we created. We created it. It is not
I
God.
feel they should start thinking about this. They should really give a thought to these things, that when I leave office, what would it be said of me that my state can produce? My state has been able to add to the economy of this country.
God,
they are not thinking in that line.
It starts with that kind of small message.
Yes. If they leave office, it's basically, it's just like when you move from a house that is not functional. It's not like there's nothing good about the house, but you know that when you are in the house, you have money. Let's say like a powerhouse. Let me use the word powerhouse, like a house that gives you money. So you are just collecting the money from the house. You are not fixing the house. So when you leave, people are just going to see the same thing that was there even before you came. I feel they should start thinking about these things. Now, you asked a question where you said that, how do we undo the wrongs?
Yes.
Mine is not just in words, but in reality. First of all, we must acknowledge what went wrong. because you cannot move forward without knowing where your mistake was from.
That's it.
How do you
That's why I've been
how
diagnosing it. You see, Joy, I've been diagnosing the problem. So that hopefully that if we can agree that this is our problem, that we don't have the emotional capability to control the power we now have.
yes.
And then we are there.
Yes.
Let's identify that first. So go on, Joy. I like that.
And after acknowledging what went wrong, then comes accountability. Because who made these decisions? Who benefited from them? Were the laws properly followed? And then comes correction. I don't know if I'm saying this in the
You are
right way,
doing
because
well. You are
if
doing
a
well.
law is unjust, you change it. If the polity has failed, you review it. If people have been wrongfully deprived of what belongs to them, there must be a lawful process for restitution or compensation. And then you now begin to put in measures, safeguards to prevent this same thing from happening again. Because justice is not simply about punishing people for the past. It's
Yes.
about correcting the present and protecting the future. For me, I think that is what we should be looking
You
at,
said
not
it
just
all. You said it all.
yeah.
But Joy, let's not even look at it from the point of law alone. Let's not use it for our own self. That I that decrease. I know this is where I did wrong. My greed, the things I am gathering that I don't need, is self-destructive. I will now from today not do it again. Not because of you, but because
Yes,
I have seen where I have offended God,
exactly. For
or where
myself.
I've offended myself. And
Yes,
God wants me to live in this world forever. But the only reason I'm going to die is because of what I'm doing. If I don't want to die, I need to stop this. Because Joy, if the money we spend in building ammunition, nuclear weapon, all this and this, if we use it to build medicine, any paracetamol you take, it will cure you like mad. Cancer have no place in this world because they will be cured to all the
yes.
diseases, but they're using the money to build ammunition. Tell me what they're going to do with ammunition. No, America, yes, Donald Trump will come, the biggest force in the world, where the world has never seen before. For what? Who are you? Who is your enemy? At the end of the day, you see the little man. We have now gathered power, demonic power, that is now self-destructive. We don't need it. And if we use that energy, say all the energy we have now, we now put it on the positive side, because we're now having two energy. We have the positive and the negative energy. If we now kill our negative energy and bring the positive to dominate, you find that there will be no place for evil in this world. And the beautiful thing is there will be heavens on earth and we will not die. That is the promise of Jesus Christ. That was what Jesus Christ came to preach, and we killed him. This is the thing I want to say. You see, until we admit that too, we're not going to go anywhere. Jesus Christ did not come to die, so that when we see the next prophet, we will not kill him. Because the day as soon as we continue to kill our prophet, our suffering remain. God will send prophet, you will kill him. He will send another one, you will kill him. He will send another one, and you said you are free. Jesus Christ did not come to die. When did Jesus Christ say at the beginning, when the job say, I'm going to die? They said the man said he's going to build this place in 3 days. They said his body is after 3 days of resurrection. Rubbish. Is that why you kill him? Why must you be the hand that killed Jesus? If you want to build place in 3 days, make him kill himself. Build that in 3 days. Why are you the one killing him? You see, sometimes, Joy, these religious preachers, they make us believe rubbish. In fact, they tell you don't ask this kind of question, because who are you to ask question? They present God to us as if it's somebody we don't know. God is your friend, Joy. God is around you. If you talk to God, you will hear him.
He's in me.
Yes, he's telling you every day, daughter, don't do this. Daughter, look at what you need to do. And this is the way the world is. This is where the world got it wrong. Can you imagine the amount of greed What greed, of course. The same thing we are going to church to disturb God for. The pastor, the beggar pastor, get him. He actually got it from the people. He got it from the people. So how can such a person be a preacher? No, it's exactly what I said to you just now. How can these people save Niger Delta now? They were the ones saying they want to go and save Niger Delta. But look at them, with pocket of money in their hands, they're no more interested in Niger Delta. Look at, they all have a plane. All these bags are here. Now tell me, what moral ground, why can they even stand within devil and talk? When they go to Tinubu, now Tinubu says, where's the money I gave you? You know what Tinubu said to Boriwori now? The money I've been giving to you, governors. And stop building bridges you don't need. You know, Tinubu is now accusing them because they didn't do anything right. The one that is upright will challenge Tinubu.
Yeah, I don't know why they are building bridges. So when flood want to finish people, so people should leave their house and come and
joy. Unemployment, people can't eat. They don't have job. You're building bridges.
So let's not even go to job. The house that I'm renting with my own money that I'm managing, flood want to finish me inside.
Yes.
And you are building bridge. You are not constructing good drainage system that would remove this. I wonder if these people have brains. I'm so sorry.
If they tell you how much Oboriwori is Oduwa did it. So Oduwa was the one to organize economic summits. I don't know whether Okowa did. Now Oboriwori has done his own. Spending the money. If they tell you how much went in there, you'll be crying. How much went into that economic summit? And when I talk here, they will think I hate them. Oh, Oboriwori, look at this man. Oboriwori is a fat boy. Look at he's eating fat. He's smiling. All he cares about is what? Second tenor. And let me tell you what power can do. Before Oboriwori came here, he was a very humble guy. I remember before Okowa became governor, I called Okowa here, you know, and we would talk. He was talking very nicely. The guy was so humble. When he became governor, Okowa devil come pack, enter Okowa. If you know this Oboriwori before, he was such Oboriwori, you can see even by nature. Oboriwori is not he's not this great man, you understand? You see humility in him. But now that power has got to him, if you see what he do, Magage, if they tell him, Magage, I have the power now. Yeah. You see the demonic, you can't, the question the devil, the God is asking you, can you control power? Can you control the demon now? Was Oboriwori able to control the demon? No. He used it well. He used it on Omagege. Not that Omagege is good though, but he said the man is demonic. We don't know who want to among them, but Oboriwori is destructive. He's self-destructive. He is. He is. So as we go back, I say let's go back to the root. If Oboriwori will ask himself question, sir, when power is given to you, no matter your anger, that's why people say God kill somebody, I say you're out of your mind. God had the emotional capability to react less. God don't get angry and kill people. God will never kill. Are you out of your mind? God does not kill. No way. There's no way you cannot provoke God. That is why he is God. He has both power. He knows evil, he knows good. But he knows how to control evil. He has the power of evil. He knows how to suppress it. Can you suppress the power of evil? Look at this one now. They give a governor yesterday. You don't tell him, go sit down. So give 9 foot. It's not his fault, though, that the Christ will do the same thing. Omagege will do worse. No, go there. When the body was governor, make I bring her out. Now, my brother, they didn't win up Badu for a village. You're going to win up Badu for a village. Where you going to win the election?
Oh, God.
Do you understand? Listen, now, when they won't win the body for a village, you go come cry. You're not welcome. But you did it, though. You did it. When the power was with you, you were doing the same thing. Now, the only solution is for all of us to do the right thing and we have a beautiful world. Is that so hard? Exactly what I'm saying now. We just need to do the right thing, and we have heavens will come to this earth, because in the beginning God created the heavens. The way God created us now, wait, that we never see him. When he created Adam and Eve before, wait, sorry, I'm going to use a very vulgar example. When he created Adam and Eve before, he created the male and female parts. All right, it was there, but they didn't know how to use it then. Doesn't mean it was not there. You understand? So God created heavens. We don't need to activate it. Oh, we don't need key to open the doors. You understand? And heaven will be open on earth. Not just key. The way we now open that door, and now we know, oh, we are naked. Now we're gonna do this. See, we just need to be opening. It's very simple. And we can. Heavens is on earth. Heaven is not when you die. Those of you waiting till you die before you go to heaven, you are very stupid. Because heaven is here. And if we do the right thing now, in fact, even Jesus Christ said it. He said, I came so that you will have life abundantly. He didn't say you will die and go to heaven. Because where did they write it in the Bible, self joy? When Jesus Christ, not other people, when did Jesus Christ tell you that I came so that you will die? When you die, you will not die again. Where you for talking? It's not the Bible. Jesus Christ said, I came so that you have life and you have it abundantly. But what did we do? We killed him. And now we are dying. And you say, oh, we are going to heaven when we die. Oh my God. You see, in my church, it's church is now. God is not tomorrow. God is now. Why will God be telling you about tomorrow? Why will God be telling you it's only when you die that you're going to meet him? You meet God now. I'm saying, let us meet with God today. How are you going to meet with God? When you encounter with God, you will no more be evil. You will control your evil, and you'll be a good man. And the world will be a good place, and heavens will be here, and we will no more die. In Jesus' name. I know, Joy, the message is too heavy. And I don't expect anybody to understand what we're doing today. And I don't think we even want them to understand. But the illusion, sometimes we created, I don't know who taught us about the same God. That the same God we hate one and love another. God does not hate. It was not God that chose to give the birthright to what's it called? Jacob. Jacob stole it. It wasn't God, though. You can steal it, but is it God that gave it to you? No, you were greedy. And when the power is not given to you, is it God that is going to come and fight you and your brother? The other one was stupid too, to allow you to steal it. Where is God's fault? Joy.
Yes,
we think God do bad for this one. How do we hold God accountable here? He didn't say go and take this thing. He told you, you see, there's something that God there. You know, they teach us every day. You know what I said? There is social science. We have social scientists. Of course, we have practical science, physics. What they've never taught us is spiritual science. What we've done today, we've done spiritual science today. There is science in spiritual life. Sometimes they tell you, darkness and light, no, they meet. They don't meet. Physically, it is real. That is physics. Spiritually, you can invoke it for things to happen. You never reach your Bible, man. Now those words they use to gather power. As of it's talking, he's invoking a spirit. But we know physically that when light comes, darkness will disappear. That's not what he's using. He's using it in the spiritual realm. Whoever taught us spiritual science, maybe that's something we need to learn. And that's some of the things I'll be teaching in my church. Joy, let's try and close here today, because this message today, I don't want to preach this kind of message. It's too heavy. I prefer to preach something very light and very simple, and so we all can laugh. But this one is too deep. And I wonder who have time to listen to this kind of thing, because human beings don't have time. We have enough trouble. But people who are watching me today, until we address this, you continue to have trouble. The reason you're having trouble, you are running to solve now, is because we have refused to address this. If we just come back and say, enough of all this rubbish we don't need, enough of this evil that we are now master of, because the problem is we now master evil. If we just can avoid it, Joy, the world will become a new place.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, people. I will let Joy close this show, because I'm not going to close this show. Lie. I will let Joy give you the
No, I think you should. I think you should.
Joy want me to close it. All right. So that is where we're going to say a very goodbye to this show today. It's a pleasure and it's a privilege to share this moment with you. And the message is really that simple. Now, I only want to make statements that are very, very serious, and I'm not sure what I'm saying, so don't write it down. But I believe that God did not create death. I know that we have the power of evil and death now. Evil and good is now in our hands. And you can see we've created a lot of good things. Look at it. A man can create an aeroplane, will move here, it's arriving in your home in Africa. That is good power. It's a good thing. Yeah, the same man will use bomb. He will throw bomb from here and go and kill people there. Evil. So we've known good and evil, and the power is now in our hands. What we lack right now is the emotional capability to suppress evil and let good reign. If we do that, we will no more die. Heavens will be on earth. That is my message, and it is spiritual science. That is what I've been saying. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll do this again tomorrow. You know, for the first time, I didn't even expect Joy. Joy happened to blow into the show today. I hope I'll still have Joy tomorrow. But for now, stay out of trouble, and please try and think about some of the things we talk about today, because God is real. God is not when you die. He's here. And if I dare say Jesus Christ did not die, we killed him. I mean, only Jesus just hold him, no, God die. Somebody we hang, we say he died. Who kill him? That's where we end the show. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll do this again tomorrow. God bless you. Bye for Joy. Bye.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today.
Innovative content, global audience.